Today, I celebrate with you a dream realized, our graduation from Harvard University. We've come from all across the globe to study together with the sole purpose of advancing our skill sets in hope of transforming our dreams into reality. We've been taught by professors not only versed in the theories of past, but also veteran practitioners in their fields of focus. And in class, we've been able to discuss global issues and been able to hear firsthand accounts from native faculty and students from around the globe. A testament to the power of diversity in the classroom. That quality has enabled us to ask better questions and benefit from better answers. We've studied the leaders of past and present, analyzing their unique best practices and lessons learned. We've survived the Boston nor'easters. We've survived the all-night study sessions with Starbucks in hand. We came to this school in taxis, but now we leave in an Uber. And some of us, like myself, started with the hairline, and now we finish only with the distant memory of once having one. In summary, we've all juggled all the responsibilities of school, work, family, and community outreach. It's brought us here to a plastic fold-up chair on Harvard lawn, dressed in black robes adorned with a stroke of crimson. The dream many call the Harvard experience has been achieved. Harvard University has been inspiring the next generation of leaders from the dawn of this country's inception. Centuries ago, when our institution was founded by a clergyman by the name of John Harvard. Inscribed on his statue underneath his popular hand-shined golden shoe, it states, "The next things we longed for and looked after was to advance learning and perpetuate it to posterity, dreading to leave an illiterate ministry to the churches, when our present ministers shall lie in the dust." Simply translated, Harvard was birthed to build leaders today and make an impact on generations of tomorrow. Beyond the crimson brick buildings, beyond the large maple trees, and beyond the black iron gates, the Harvard machine is at work accomplishing one thing: inspiring leaders. We're all the beneficiaries of the John Harvard Inspiration Project. The school has poured into us a custom bag of alternatives, experiences, and perspectives so that we can pour out an educated opinion when it matters most. So the question arises, how can we be the leaders we've been called to be? That answer lies in three core concepts. First, you must dream like a giant. Langston Hughes writes in his poem Hunter, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow." Dreaming is not only the privilege for the elite, but rather the right of the masses. To embrace the totality of the leader you have been called to be, you have to dream like a giant. Dream bigger than your current circumstance, tribulation, rejection, or social media status. Leaders who aim low achieve the status quo. Aim high and achieve higher. Don't rob yourself of your predestined potential by dreaming limited. What God has for you is for you, and no man can take it away. You are clear to dream beyond the possible, beyond the stereotype, and beyond the world's expectation for your potential. Leadership is tough, and sometimes your meter of hope will run low. But be reminded in Matthew 17:20 that faith like a mustard seed has the power to move mountains. Dream big, but step small. See all, but love blind. Inspire with your walk, but remember always to run. Run your race as a leader, and you've got to dream like giants so that you can't help but leave your mark on this world. Secondly, you have to acknowledge that you matter. Embrace your uniqueness and acknowledge that you, as a leader, are an essential thread of the fabric of now. My grandfather, a hard-working farmer from Courtown Road in Cambridge, Maryland, worked hard to make a way for his family all his life. But he only had a third-grade education. Not because he didn't have the capacity, but rather because he grew up in a period where institutional disenfranchisement and educational suppression was part of the package for African Americans. Despite the circumstances, he strove to provide a better education for his children and his children's children. I am the fruit of a seed planted long ago. It's been said, don't measure a man from the heights upon which he reaches, but rather from the depths from which he comes. Let us all embrace that we each represent the ancestors of past and celebrate this milestone in commemoration of all the sacrifices, prayer, and provisions they made on our behalf. Proof that we're made by the potter on purpose. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 likes or 1 like. if you have a reality show or not, you're born into privilege or born into poverty, rejected or accepted, success or failure, strong or weak, tall or small, big boned or lightweight, married or divorced, Harvard grad or not, summa cum laude, or just made it in. It's more than a motivational gimmick, more than a thought, more than a Harvard thing. It's a human thing. Acknowledge that you matter. And lastly, trying is mandatory. Try is a word that's commonly overlooked, a word trapped between dream and outcome, the bridge between the impossible and the possible, the foundation on which potential becomes realized. Johann Wolfgang had it right when he said, "What is not started today is not finished tomorrow." You have to try. I grew up in a small Orange Grove town in Redlands, California. My parents always drove me and my sister to work hard and to try to go after our dreams. I dreamed about attending Harvard, but many a time I doubted myself. I never was a 4.0 student. I wasn't privileged to be legacy. I wasn't a young millionaire business mogul. Rather, my venture specialized in dirty clothes and strove to just stay in the black. But I was willing to try. I'd rather go out fighting as a warrior on the field than a dreamer with potential in the stands. I sent in application after application. To make a long story short, my first several correspondence letters from Harvard always began with the proverbial, "We regretfully inform you." In the face of rejection letters, I kept the faith and trusted that the door would open in time. Beyond getting accepted, I didn't know how I was going to endure the course load, the travel, the finances, the family balance, or the weather. I just kept on knocking. You see, it written in one of my favorite history books entitled The Word. At the address Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." Matthew 17:29 reads, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to the mountain, 'Move,' and it will move." Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." Isaiah 40:31, "Those who wait on the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up like wings on eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary." And Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." Let the word fuel your try. When you feel you might be on E, with the word, something will always be in the tank. When I think back about how he brought me through, I am speechless. Although it took me longer than others, in a pursuit that lasted almost a decade, today I am proud and humbled to stand amongst you on this stage, poised to accept my degree from Harvard University. I know my story echoes the story of many represented here today. When you embrace that trying is mandatory and you simply try God, the impossible can become possible. Let's boast in him. In closing, the earlier question of how to be the leaders we've been called to be. The answer is one must dream like a giant, acknowledge that you matter, and embrace that trying is mandatory. The charge of posterity. Harvard University has enabled us to extend our level of knowledge, extend our network, and extend our perspectives. The only obligation we owe to ourselves is to extend our dreams into reality. We stand here not to hold this designation in order to think of ourselves higher than others, but rather we hold this designation in remembrance that we have been called to be leaders of standard, service, excellence, and community. Today is not the finish, but rather the start of a pledge embraced. All humans should embrace beyond school affiliation, beyond celebrity, beyond accomplishment in your fields of focus, and beyond ourselves. God loves us and has awesome things in store for us. All you have to do is choose God, believe and strive, and walk in his way. If God can use a nobody like me, imagine what he can do through somebodies like you. Keep your chin up with your eyes fixed on your dream, but yet always extend your hands down low to help someone along the way. As JFK said, we do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Since I have charged you to dream like giants, I'll leave you in words only giants understand. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Here we come. Here we come. The adversary's done. The battle's already won. Here we come. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Congratulations.
level.